Hello and welcome. I know that your concept about containers is very clear, but practical will always give you clear understanding. We are going to start practical very soon, but before I'm going for the practical, I want you to understand clear difference between virtual machine and container. So here this is a picture when we are using a virtual machine. Okay, in the virtual machine we have our physical infrastructure like our hardware. Now on the top of hardware we have to install hypervisor. There are many hypervisors available in the market. Let's say that VMware hypervisor is known as ESXi. VMware develop hypervisor and it is a product from VMware, so they call it ESXi. Same way, Microsoft also develop hypervisor and they call it Hyper-V. Okay, so we have to have our server. Inside in the top of the server we have to install hypervisor, and hypervisor allowing us to create virtual machine. When you create virtual machine, you have to have operating system. Operating system can be anything, Windows or Linux. There is no separate operating system for virtual machine. It is same operating system that we are using for our physical machine. Then on the top of this, here we are using our application, like we need to install our application. This concept is known as virtualization. Here we are running 3 different virtual machines inside same physical host, and all of these 3 virtual machines having separate operating system means they have their own kernel and shell. They have their own kernel and shell. They have their own kernel and shell. They are just sharing hardware among them, and this is what we call it hardware virtualization. Okay. Now, if I'm talking about our latest concept, we call it container. Now, in this particular container, what is actually happening? Of course, we have hardware. Okay, we have hardware. Then we have host operating system. In this case, you can use any host operating system like Windows or Linux. Then we need to install Docker. You can download this Docker from the Docker website, and then on the top of this we have containers. So if you look at this, here we have 6 containers are running inside our Docker system. Now infrastructure, host operating system and Docker, all these 3 we call it Docker host. Docker host. And here the big difference is this C1, C2, C5, C1 to C6, they are actually using kernel of our main host operating system. Yes, they have their shell, that we can use, but they are actually sharing the same kernel, and that's why we call it OS virtualization. You guys are already aware that what is Windows Docker host, what is Linux Docker host. Yes, practically we will understood this, but this is overall concept about our Docker host. Another thing that you need to remember, when you are going to create virtual machine, okay, in case of virtual machine, okay, we have same operating system, normal operating system that we are using from the years. When we are creating containers, okay, here we have different image, Docker image that we can download. To create container, we have to have Docker image that we can download from hub.docker.com. How we can do this, we will discuss about it as well. We are going to create our own image as well. So these are like a differences between Docker container and virtual machine. I hope your theoretical concept about Docker container is very clear. Yes, you will get better understanding once we will start practical. See you soon. Goodbye.